All right, everyone, welcome to the MMAOB Daily Podcast, Monday, July 15th, 2024. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin, joined by my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel. And I'll be honest, Marcel, I wasn't sure if it's going to be able to do it today. I haven't been feeling very well, guys. I took the day off work, slept it off, so I'm pretty much in bed all day. I woke up, wasn't feeling it today. You know, there's some of those days, Marcel, where you're just not feeling it, and slept for like 8 hours. So doing a little better now. It's basically we either get it done tonight or we do it tomorrow. And I'm just like, all right, let's just get it out of the way. So probably won't see too much enthusiasm from me today because I'm just not feeling the greatest, but I'm here and I'm ready to get it done. So Marcel, we got some guys in the chat. We got Glenn first tonight, man. Awesome. We got Octon updates. Glad to have you guys here as always. Marcel, how's it going with you, man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Pretty colorful weekend, I would say, but I'm doing well.
Well, I mean, before we get into, okay, so we're going to recap UFC Denver on this podcast, and then we'll do the UFC Vegas 94, right? Vegas 94? Yeah.
94.
We'll do that preview the second half of the podcast. But let me get to the comments first. We got Antoine, we got Joe, we got Antoine, or that's Antoine again. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, dude. Pato's here, Joe, all you guys. Glad to have you guys here. Well, yeah, I mean, this is I was about to say. I was gonna say, like, might as well just get the elephant out of the room. Like, people are gonna ask about this.
Bye.
So, you? People are gonna ask about this. So, all right, we'll talk about this quickly.
Yeah, sure.
I told him I just told Marcel off there. I'm like, I don't know how much I want to get into this because
I'll do it, man.
Yeah, it's not really like I'm not involved in it so much, to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm part of. So, anyways, let's just the Cole's notes is we have a Discord. Or sorry, we don't have a James Lynch has a Discord. Yeah. It's his Discord. We're part of it. We've been in there since the beginning. So like I think 2 years, maybe 2 or 3 years. I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. You know, I love it because a lot of the guys in the chat right now are part of the Discord, right? Like I would say most of the guys in the chat right now. It's just fun. We just talk about MMA. We joke around in there. We support each other. You know, like it's like a brotherhood. Honestly, that's how James has described it before. And it's part of like the perk for being on his Patreon. I think it's like $3 a month for his Patreon or whatever, and you get the Discord as part of it. So
forever,
yeah, it's cool. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy being in there. There's some days where I'm really active, some days where I'm not as active, but I always like it. You know, big dudes in there. Yeah, yesterday I know. I haven't been feeling that well last couple of days, so wasn't in it too much. Plus, the days when I have my daughter, guys, I try not to be in it. To be honest with you, I'm trying to spend time with her, not sit there on my phone. When I don't have her, which is like half the time, then I mean, I can sit on my phone and do whatever. But anyways, just getting back into like what happened. Like, there was obviously a big issue this weekend with MMA Joey and James Lynch. I guess.
Let me explain.
Sure, I think Marcel should explain, but I just want to say, like, I support James and Marcel. This issue is not really concerning me so much, but I support these guys, and I'd like to give Marcel the platform to talk about it. So go ahead, Marcel.
Just short, man. I mean, I called Joey out for something he posted on Twitter was about the Brundage Al Hassan fight, you know, and he was like really just talking shit, in my opinion, on Brundage, but he didn't show the full clip in the tweet. He probably did later in other videos, but he didn't show the full clip in the whole tweet. So I was like, you're just posting something that fits your narrative. That's pretty much what I said. And he got mad. He was like, thanks for being a dick, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So, but at the moment you go and be like that, I'm going to be like sarcastic. You know how I am, you know? So I'm going to be like, oh, Joey, please, can I send you a picture so you can sign it for me, so I cannot put it in between my Neil Magny and Sean Strickland poster collection in my room. And he stuff like this, you know. So, but at a certain moment, that was actually Joey and me. There's nothing there. And then other guys in the chat got also like in a discussion with other guys and Joey. So it went back and forth. It's like almost like 400 messages within like 20 minutes. It was crazy. And and then Joey and listen, where he accused us from, the Bilal thing is bullshit, you know. The N-word thing is bullshit. The Andrade picture, yeah, that's true. I did it. What you want to do about it? You know,
it's like Google that stuff too. Though.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's free on Google, and it's like a running gag, you know, in the Discord. Like if somebody says something out of line, I post just like a stupid thing, you know, but it's nothing. It's just like, that's what I mean. It's like a Discord. It's like a friendly Discord between friends and that kind of stuff, you know. So, yeah, I did it, but that's the only thing. And he put that specifically in the tweet because I did it, you know, because he's still mad about the discussion we had, you know. But there was nothing there. I never called him any names or whatever, you know. But yeah, I did that. Okay. But all the other stuff he says not true, man. So yeah, what can I say about it? Maybe I'm a dirty dog or whatever, you know, whatever. But like these people are gonna act like they never seen that picture. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell? Why you care? I mean, the only thing I said, he said like he said actually on the stream. I've seen that clip. He said Marcel jerks off to that. I mean, and he says that's a fact. I was like, dude. I actually, he said it also on the Discord. I said, yeah, you rather saw like a Ian Gary naked picture probably, but hey, that's what it is. But listen, I have nothing against MMA Joey besides that I'm not like connecting with him, but I don't wish him any ill will or whatever, you know. But it's like he's going after me pretty much in that tweet, you know, for that picture. And actually, we just had a discussion. He had problem with other people in that chat, you know, and I never called him any names. I want to see it if that's true, if I did, because I didn't.
I mean, you said it better than I could. Again, like, I mean, I just hate that this whole thing happened because, like, for the most part, that Discord I think is pretty chill. I know, like, some people have said that, like, you know, it's not like that, but I don't agree at all. I mean, it's usually pretty like chill. There's not really any arguing and stuff. It's guys that like MMA talking about it. So it's like, disappointing this happened. That's all I'll say. Go ahead.
It's like super stupid to pick one thing out of it. You know what I mean? I do stupid stuff, you know, and this is just banter between
the whole thing with the Andrade pictures. I think it's just funny. Like, I mean, I was surprised that was used like as a negative. I was like, what's the crime here sharing the nude pictures of?
And it's open in public, yeah. Like I'm not leaking anything, you know what I mean? So it's like
it's on her OnlyFans or whatever. So and yeah. So anyways, like,
and I don't have an OnlyFans, by the way. I just got it from Google.
James has a video on it. If you guys want to see more information, not see more, but just hear more about it, because like these guys know, they can explain the situation better than I could. I just wanted to give you your thing. Like, personally, like, me and Joey have been cool. Like, I don't have an issue with him. So I was surprised to see you guys kind of go at it yesterday, but it was disappointing to see. I'll be honest, man. As someone that, I mean, listen, you're obviously a closer friend of mine, but I don't have an issue with Joey. So for me, it was disappointing to see that, you know, like, not saying from your perspective, because I don't really think you started anything, but the whole thing with the tweets afterwards and stuff, like,
listen,
so hopefully you guys can just like, you know, just get on the same page eventually. I don't know if that can happen.
I'm really easy, man. You know, it's like, not because you are good with him, I have to be good with him. You know, I know you like me, I like you. We are good with each other. You know, that's all there is. You know, you have those old, like, your friend is my friend. Doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as we're cool and we're cool, we don't have anything, you know, so we're cool. But yeah, but it's just stupid, man. And the thing is, like with Joey, I mean, yeah, I called him out on something, but he kind of got one drama queen because of it. You know, I didn't do anything else to him, you know, basically. But hey, it is what it is.
There we go. So, anyways, I wanted to give you your chance to talk about it, but I think it's time to get to the recap. So,
sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing this though. I'll just say that it would be a good fight. Although I don't know where they do the fight. You got a guy in Europe and one guy in the States. So, all right, we got Craig in the chat as well. We got True here. True's here for the Andrade picks. True, go back in the Discord then if you want them. They're not here. All right, guys, let's get into the recap. Recap UFC Denver.
By the way, let me also put that James said himself that he's not a fan of those picks in the Discord, so don't put that on him. I posted that pick, that specifically that pick. I posted it, so blame it on me.
They came from Marcel's Spank Bank, which apparently has pictures of pretty much every female fight. No, I'm kidding. Just the ones with OnlyFans. All right, let's get into the recap, Marcel. I think it's time to do that. So let's talk about UFC Denver. Yeah, I mean, pretty difficult card to predict, Marcel? I think I think you did actually best of anyone on the panel. Oddsbreaker. I think you got 8. I was counting it yesterday. It was either 7 or 8. You had the most. I had 6. I think you had 8 actually. I'm pretty sure. I had 6. So it was a tough night for me. That's not my best picks. 6-5 and 1 no contest. Not my best night. There was a few fights where I thought could go either way, but I ended up picking the wrong guy. But we'll start with the main event, work our way down. So main event, pretty easy fight to call, right? Rose defeats Cortez, decision. I mean, I think this is what everyone expected, isn't it? Like, I think, right? The fight didn't go any differently. I thought, although I think Rose was more dominant with her grappling than I expected, because I thought Tracy would be able to get some takedowns throughout the fight, and she didn't get really any until later in the fight. But yeah, Rose pretty much dominated her. She dropped her in the first round and then just kind of cruised to a win. She was up 4-. I think one judge had it 3-2, which surprised me, but I had Rose winning 4-1. I gave the last round to Tracy. I think that's what you had, right?
Yeah, man, I think it was 4-1. I don't want to shit on Tracy. I do that in Discord, but I mean, just kidding. It's like, how do you say that? I was watching, and I was like, this is going to end quick, man. When Rose touched her, she was already wobbly, and then she knocked her down. I laughed so hard when she knocked her eyelash off. I was like, what the hell, is this for real? Because one eye was darker than the other one, so you saw that. And I was like, I talked to the Dutch commentator. I was like, do I see that's right? And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. So,
just quickly, I want to say, like, I think that the weight cut really hurt her too, because like she didn't look right in the cage for whatever reason, So,
yeah, but also, to be honest, man, I think Rose still just a level above her. Besides that, I give Tracy credit to be there 5 rounds with Rose and actually winning the 5 rounds. So I give her credit for that, But at the same time, I think Rose won that fight, and I don't know a lot of people who picked Tracy in this fight. To be really honest, a bunch of Sims maybe, but I mean, most people pick Rose, and I mean, it's not just because the UFC has put every Tracy Cortez fight so far, I think, on the prelims, right? Because she was supposed to fight Miranda Maverick, and that fight was supposed to be on the prelims next week, So the UFC has also their doubts, I think, about Tracy, and this was kind of like her chance to get in the mix in the top 5, pretty much, or the top 8, whatever. And she's not ready for it yet, I think there is still like a learning curve, or she can still evolve, definitely, But yeah, Rose was better, and I mean, there's nothing to be shamed about. It's like she took it on short notice. Yeah, she was supposed to fight next week, but still, I mean, Rose Namajunas is a much bigger name than Miranda Maverick. No disrespect to Miranda, but I think I thought that she was gonna like getting finished early. When I saw the fight in the beginning, but she went through to the 5th round. Like you said, I had the same score, 4-1 for Rose.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best main event. Let's be honest. It really wasn't that great of a fight, I don't think. But Rose, did what she had to do, and I don't think it gets her a rematch with Manon, though. I don't understand why that would be next, right? Like, she's calling for the rematch. Manon hasn't lost since then. Manon just beat Aaron in a really dominant win. It doesn't make sense to me. You don't get a rematch after if she had lost since then, sure, but she hasn't lost since. So I think Rose, just looking at the rankings right now, let me take a look really quick. Rose is ranked
5 or 6.
She's 6, but she'll go up. She could fight. I mean, really, like, Macy was there at the event. If Macy's healthy, they should do that back again.
Yeah, but she's not, apparently, so far.
Okay, they could. Then Macy's got a new boyfriend, by the way. Another guy. It's not Yusuf Zalal, it's another guy now. She could fight Aaron Blanchard too. I mean, she could do that. They could do that fight. Aaron's ranked number 3.
I think it makes sense, But
I think Rose is ranked too low, honestly.
But that's because she came from strawweight, and she went to flyweight, and she lost the first fight.
Yeah, that's true. But then didn't she beat? Oh, she beat Ribas, who's number 8. Okay, yeah. So they could do that, or she could fight the winner of Andrade and Silva. They could do that too.
I actually like that. I think that's perfect, because but the thing is, like, is Manon going to wait for a long time? Because we know probably it's going to be Alexa against Valentina.
Well, Valentina, it's just, I don't know why Valentina seems to be calling the shots for some reason, even though she's not the champ anymore. She's saying, I'm not going to fight in the sphere. That's what we're hearing. We'll see what happens, though. Hopefully that fight happens. Who are you guys picking in Barber Namajunas? I don't know. I mean, it was a tough fight to call. Rose probably wins, but I don't know. It's a tough one.
By the way, it would be a trilogy, true? You said Rose
with Andrade,
1-1.
Yeah, 3 fights. Yeah. Have you guys seen that 100% Valentina will fight Alexa? We haven't heard anything. I think Damon Martin posted today. I saw the tweet. Dana White was on Pat's show, Pat McAfee. And 10 fights, only 10 fights, not 12, which I thought is weird, right? Did he misspeak? That's kind of right.
I don't know, man. I don't know
Why would they only do 10 fights?
I don't know, but also imagine 2 fights fell off. You have 8.
I don't see why they would only do 10. I mean, usually they do book 12. Or you get a problem like this
At
card with
least.
Denver where they had 8 fights event and eventually they had 12, but they added all these like they had Darius Flowers on 3 days notice. The guy gassed out after 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can't even blame him for it, you know.
I know. Blanchfield Namajunas. Yeah, I think it could do that fight. I think it's fine. Who won Grasso Shevchenko 2? I think.
Yeah, it was like the fourth round was the decider, man.
I think I had a Grasso. I can't remember, or maybe I had a Valentina. I honestly can't remember.
Valentina first round, Grasso second round, Valentina third round, Grasso fifth round. Came down to the fourth round, in my opinion.
I definitely didn't have it a draw. I'll just say that I definitely didn't have it a draw.
I think Grasso nearly edged it, but could be. Unless I said if you give it to Valentina, it's also good.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Muslim Salikhov defeats Santiago Ponzinibbio, split decision. Yeah, it was a close fight. So the odds were crazy during the fight. I was looking at it. It was like plus 2,000 Muslim Salikhov. Like,
yeah, you said that.
The last round. It was. And people bet on it. I wish I put like everything I had on that because I thought it was pretty close. I thought it was 1-1, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that had a 2-0 Salikhov. I think the fight could have gone either way. I think it's fine that he won, honestly. Like I picked Ponzinibbio. I was hoping he was going to win because I scored it for him 2-1, but he didn't really do a whole lot, man, to be honest with you. Like Muslim probably landed better shots. I thought that because Santiago mixed in the grappling, he would get the decision, but he didn't really do a lot with the takedowns either. So I don't really blame the judges on this one. What do you think about the decision?
Nah, Muslim was more technical, I think, than Santiago. Santiago was a little bit more like wilder and probably has more power, I think, you know. But yeah, it was a close fight, man. Could have gone either way, I felt. And it was there were people like screaming robbery. I was like, this is too close of a fight to be a robbery, you know. I understand when you have like money on Santiago that you feel fucked, but still, man, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. Was a good fight. I want to say it was a competitive battle. Let's put it that way. And yeah, Salikhov won. Good for him, man. I mean, it was a close fight. Yeah,
Jean Silva defeats Drew Dober by knockout. Hell of a fight, right? Or not knockout, it's doctor stoppage.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell of a fight. I mean, fight of the night, obviously. Both guys just beat the crap out of each other. Dober took a lot of damage. I think the doctor stoppage was 100% justified.
Of course.
Yeah. Great fight. Yeah. John Silva is a beast, dude. I love this guy.
Yeah. Dude, even a weight class up, you know, and against a guy.
That's the only reason I doubted him here because I wasn't sure at 155. I wasn't sure. You know, beating Drew Dober is a big deal in my opinion. Drew Dober's good, man. That's a big win.
People going to say like Dober is like, how do you say that, declining? I mean, they do too much, how do you say that, too much disrespect to John Silva, in my opinion, you know. And Dober took some shots that were crazy, like the spinning elbow. You know, he was super wobbly, but he never went down. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, Dober is one of those guys you always want to see fight. Win or lose, he always comes to fight. And Jean Silva, this is a huge win for him. And it's crazy because this is not in his weight class, but absolutely huge win for Jean Silva, man. And for the fighting nerds again.
The team's awesome. I tweeted about it yesterday. They have Carlos Cortez. They have Kyle Barhallo. They have this guy, Jean Silva. And then who's the other guy?
Carlos Pratas. Oh, Mauricio Hufi.
Mauricio Hufi. The team's beast, man. I said that they have a great team. Eric Nixick, he tweeted back to me and he said they should be the gym of the year. And I kind of agree with him, honestly. I think he's right. These guys are killing it, man. So yeah, they really are taking over right now. I love the whole nerd thing with the broken glasses and everything.
It's fun.
It's awesome. They're good. They're good. Oh, by the way, I missed this comment. Sorry, Antoine. Where's Muslim go? He's 40. And he just won a shitty fight. So that should have never been a co-main event, by the way. Like that should have been John Silva, Drew Dober, right? Co-main event.
I think they went with that one as the main event because of that fight between Dober and Silva came late to the card.
True.
And also it probably has to do with promotion and that kind of stuff, you know, I think, you know.
Fair enough.
That they want to have to make sure they have the co-main event locked in.
Gabriel Bonfim defeats Ange Losa via decision. Yeah, I mean, we expect him to win. He didn't gas either, which is surprising. And Ange is the one who probably gassed a little bit. I'm not a great fight, but Bonfim landed over 100 strikes, so showed off his striking a little bit. I mean, he looked decent, like nothing amazing, but he got the job done. So, anything quickly you want to say on this fight?
Yeah, man, I'm happy Ange kind of avenged him for that weird fight against Battle, although he lost, but still, I mean, he did well. I think Bonfim avenged himself as well, you know, after gassing heavy against Dolby, and now fighting at altitude and not gassing, you know, or not gassing bad. So yeah, good for Bonfim. It's actually his first win without a finish, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, it is. So that's the whole career. I don't think anyone expected him to win by decision, right?
No.
So, and this is true though. Fighting News or Shooter Box. I mean, Shooter Box still has champions, right? They have Charles Oliveira, so I don't and they have Ian Gary, who's a higher ranked guy than all these guys. I guess they would be still there, but I mean, I really like the Fighting Nerds. I feel like the Fighting Nerds are a really exciting team, man. They're just really good. All right, Julian Erosa, one of the bigger upsets on the card, submits Chris Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, like the size difference. Like it really did look like two guys in different weight classes, and also Rodriguez has like no knockout power. He was hitting Rosa, and Rosa was like, "Come here, come get me. Like you're not hurting me at all." Rosa doesn't have a good chin, and this guy didn't touch him, so gets the submission. I thought he would be able to kind of grind out the rest of the round, but ends up getting tapped out. Yeah, Rosa gets the job done. Big win for Julian. I like Julian. He's a cool dude. I like him. He's got a bad chin, but he's actually a very skilled guy. So if he actually had a good chin, like he'd go much farther in the sport, but he just gets knocked out a lot. Unfortunately, they're probably going to give him another knockout artist next. He gets KO'd again, but until then, it's a big win for him. And he didn't get a bonus, but I think he could have got a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, Erosa is kind of as a guy who has like some really quality wins on his record, where you're like, oh damn, he beat them.
Do you think he's like a gatekeeper, Marcel, like at 145?
Gatekeeper. I don't know, man. I mean, the gatekeeper at 145. Who is the gatekeeper at 145?
Cub or something? Feely? Something like that?
Yeah, maybe Feely. That's a better.
They could do a roast and Feely next time.
Yeah, why not? Do it.
Yeah, there you go. I got the fight. Sorry, keep going though. Keep talking.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great finish. C-Rod went to kind of took over. And he went in his guard, and I don't know where Rosa got the guillotine around his head.
Yeah,
and he made him tap. So yeah, good for Rosa, man. I didn't see it coming, but I'm happy for Rosa. Sucks for C-Rod though, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it was a big win for him, man, for sure. Yeah. And C-Rod, it's a setback, and again, I don't think he won his last fight. I think he should be on a little skate right now, personally. So, let's talk about this fight, which I know you want to talk about. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, no contest, Cody Brundage.
Yeah,
I think a no contest is the wrong call, personally. I think it should have been DQ. I think, and the reason why is because Big Dan warned Abdul several times, back of the head, and he just kept doing it. And he's like, he stopped the fight due to back of the head shots. The fight couldn't continue due to back of the head shots, which he was warned for. It didn't seem accidental to me. I think a DQ should have happened here. I also think they didn't want to give Cody another free win because they already gave it to him against Malkoun. I think that played into it. I think if Cody never got that other one with Malkoun, they might have did a DQ here. But because that happened before, they were like, okay, we can't give this guy another win. I don't know. Maybe. I think it should have been a DQ, though. I really think so, guys, because he warned him. So it's a no contest. Like, they could run it back, I guess. They probably should. But to be honest, Abdul was beating the shit out of him. And let's be honest. He was destroying him. I also think Abdul was going to gas, though. So, I don't know. Anything you want to say about this fight?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, in my opinion, if you look at the rules, it's like he warned him 4 times. I actually checked it back. He warned him 4 times. I don't know how many times he hit him in the back of the head, but there were a couple of times, with elbows and with punches. The thing is, like, if you warn somebody 4 times at a certain moment, it's like you should do something as a referee. He did. Murgliota broke the fight up. Listen, people will say Cody was overacting there. I mean, I'm not going to go that way, because I don't know. It's not my thing to say, but I'm going full by the facts. I don't know if that's true, But he made a fall, and he did it multiple times after being warned. So, can you say it's unintentional? Of course, he probably doesn't want to hit him in the back of the head, but he did, and he got 4 warnings. So, at the same time, listen, I don't want to see anybody get DQ'd, but I think a DQ was justified here.
I think so
at the same time, if this was a DQ, you could still rebook it. You can still rebook it now with a no contest. And I feel the same way. Maybe, listen, this is not factually or whatever, but I feel the same way as Adam. Like, maybe it's like, oh, he got already a DQ win against Malkoun. We're not going to do that again. We go with no contest. Because Dan Murgliota was like, really like, it was accidental when he knew that Cody wasn't going to continue, So they just didn't want to give the DQ. But got to be honest here, man. I mean, I think personally, and that's what I think. So again, this is not a fact. That's what I think. I think that Dan Murgliota thought that Cody Brundage was overacting and that he didn't want to continue, and that he was like, we're not gonna how do you say that? we're not gonna give him here a free win. We're gonna go to a no contest. That's what I think.
You think he was acting? Do you think he was listening to his corner? What do you think?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Cody or whatever, so I have no idea. But listen, I understand if people think that, because it's the second time it happened. At the same time, you cannot just say like, oh yeah, for sure, yeah, this doesn't make sense. So they got to go with the facts, and they didn't really went with the facts, in my opinion. But that's my opinion.
I think so too. Just because the thing is, like, he stopped it after warning him for back of the headshot, and then the guy couldn't continue. So like, why is that not a DQ? I mean, to me, it was kind of a clear cut DQ, if anything. Like but I think it's also like one of these things, Marcel, where it's just like it's easier for them to call it no contest and then the referee just like move on with his life, or move on with his night. You know what I mean? So
it doesn't hurt nobody except nobody got paid a win bonus. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that's true too.
But the record doesn't hurt it. Huh?
No, he actually had that slam knockout in between.
Yeah, I guess
and then he lost to Bo.
Yeah,
the corner was telling him not to fight. Hope Abdul does. I don't think they'll cut Abdul. I think they'll probably do a rematch. I think they'll do a rematch.
Yeah, they should actually. Yeah.
What should UFC? I think they do a rematch. Yes. Do you guys think Cody's UFC caliber? Kind of, but not really. I mean, he's like bottom of the barrel in the division. I know he's your boy and everything, but
yeah,
he's not that
the
good.
thing is, like, if Cody is on, he can definitely match a lot of guys, I think. But the thing is, like, and he said that himself as well. It's sometimes a mental thing for him, and if he's mentally not there, like in the Cedricus Dumas fight, that was really bad. So
yeah, for sure. Main event of the prelims, we had an amazing fight between Charles Johnson and Josh Fan. Amazing fight. Yeah, it was amazing. It didn't win fight of the night, but I think it was in the running until Silva and Dober, which I'm fine with the bonuses, by the way. Like, if they're going to give a 4, I think they got it right. But yeah, hell of a fight. I was, again, the live odds were kind of crazy on this fight. Van was up minus 2,800 hitting the third round. I had it 1-1. I think all three judges had a different scorecard too.
Yeah, man.
So
and they were all possible.
Yeah, and then Charles Johnson came out and crazy in the third round and knocked him with an uppercut. It was absolutely insane. Amazing fight. Big fan of both guys. Talked about it last week. I said it was going to be a close fight. Did I not say? I'm like, stay away from this one. Like,
I'm so happy I changed my pick.
Yeah, you changed your pick. I should have changed it. I was so on the fence to it. Just because of the age, right? 22 versus 33. But yeah, man, Josh Van's good. Like, he's good, but he's still got a lot to learn.
Of course.
And Charles Johnson just on a roll. He's 3 straight wins, I think. Yeah. He's 5-4 now. He's actually, man, he was 2-4 at one point. Now he's 5-4. So he's turned his entire career around. Dude, I think he's one of the most exciting guys right now. Flyweight. I really like this guy.
Also very good dude, man. I mean, Joshua Van went to X after and he's like, I'm sorry, guys. And he replied, nothing to be sorry about. Really good tweet, man.
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great fight. I think I said in the Discord, like, this could be 2-0, 0-2, or
you did say that. I'm surprised you said that because I thought it was a clear 1-1. And then all 3 judges had it, like you said, different scorecards. So, but yeah, what a fight, eh?
Great fight, man. And pretty much also short notice booked like 2 weeks before. Fun guys to watch. Charles Johnson always wants to fight and bring the heat, and the same goes for Joshua Van. So yeah, great.
You think it was a good stoppage, or you think it was a little early?
I'm good with the stoppage, man. I also think Joshua Van didn't complain about the stoppage at all, and they were both very respectful to each other. Listen, if there's a bad stoppage, for sure they would complain,
I don't know if the ref is Joe Coca. I don't know who he is. Honestly, I was surprised he stopped it right away, but again, he didn't complain, so I guess he was pretty out of it. It was a nasty uppercut, man. Holy shit.
I've been told he doesn't like Pepsi. Yeah.
Jasmine defeats Fatima clean. Fatima or Fatima?
It's Fatima. It's Fatima, yeah.
I mean, again, like, the odds eventually shifted with Jasmine being a slight favorite, but, like, dude, when we did the podcast last week, I'm like, what the hell is going on with these odds? Like, again, good prospect. It's not her weight class, and you saw the difference in the size and strength, right?
Definitely, that was it.
I mean, listen, Fatima actually landed some good shots in the feet. Her boxing was a lot better than I expected, but Jasmine's grappling pretty much won the fight. We both called it Jasmine decision, so she gets the job done. Not her best performance by any means, but short notice for her, and she's won 4 of her last 5 fights. I mean, Jasmine's only lost to Tracy and to Natalia, so she's good, man.
I love the post-fight speech. Oh, booze, man, suck it.
Yeah, no, she's a joker. She's a joker. I like Jasmine a lot. I mean,
Me too.
She's good, but truthfully, Marcel, like, I don't know how far she goes in the division because I think she is very hittable.
I feel this, and you saw it in the third round.
Yeah, and if the grappling doesn't work, then she's going to be in trouble, right? But again, against a girl like this that is in the wrong weight class.
I want to ask you.
I was going to say with Zach, though. Zach, I completely agree. But also, we talked about this in Discord. Where the fight got announced, I was like, oh, Jasmine should be minus 400. And then all of a sudden, the line switch. I started getting freaked out that I'm like, okay, I'm completely wrong about this one. Dude, I was right the whole time. So, what were you going to say, though?
I want to ask you, because there was a tweet, and I listen, Sean Bitter, shout out, you're one of the best guys on the LNX.
What did Sean say?
Sean said like managers should be thinking twice or something to let undefeated prospect who is like building up on the regional scene debut on the weight class which is not her weight class and getting beat. And then I think Ruby Daniel Rubenstein replied, which is Fatima is represented by KO Reps, I think. So Daniel Rubenstein is like, no, I disagree with you, because if she goes through Dana White Contender Series and she loses, she's not in the UFC. If she wins, she's also not guaranteed a spot in the UFC. Now she goes into the UFC, she might lose it, but she can go back to her normal weight class and she can go from there. So I think, I understand what he means. I understand what both guys means probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tricky one, you know.
Yeah.
Because she probably would have won that fight in Contender, and then the thing is, like, she might have got a little bit extra money for taking the short notice fight, and she is in the UFC now.
Yeah.
But she also has a loss on the record too, so it's a tough one. Do you guys think Charles Johnson? I think Charles Johnson's really good. I mean, I don't think is he ranked now, or
no?
He should be like 15th.
Maybe now. Maybe later today.
He should be. They got to get rid of David Dvorak. Is he still in the rankings, David Dvorak?
Yeah, I don't know if because he's not on the roster anymore, but he's still in the rankings. Let me see if because the UFC website is not updated, but the app is updated, so it's really weird. Let me see.
Juliana Miller versus Fatima. Sure, I mean Fatima.
Yeah, Dvorak's still there.
He is. Yeah.
And Matsumu Derachi is 15.
Yeah, Sue probably shouldn't be ranked anymore either. But he does. Does he have more wins? Probably not. Charles Johnson's got 5 wins now, so I think he should be ranked.
Yeah.
Getting back to the card, Montel Jackson knocks out Damon Blackster. I mean, I called it. You called Montel? I can't remember. Did you pick Montel?
Yeah, we both.
Dude, I think Montel's good. And listen, Monster's good. I like him a lot. Dak, I know he's your boy and everything. He's good. I really like Damon Blackster, but I think Montel Jackson might be the most underrated bantamweight. Like, no one's talking about this guy at all. Mm-hmm. He should be ranked. He should be ranked too, I think. I think he should be 15th. Look at his record now. He's on a 5-fight win streak, by the way. 8-2 in the UFC. I mean, that's fucking good, man. He did lose, to Ricky Simone's debut. No, there's no shame in that. The Brett Johns loss was a bad one, especially with Brett. He's looked really bad in Bellator, I think. But I think Montel's good, and I think he's going to get a top 15 opponent now, I would imagine, right?
I would think so. At least somebody close to the top 15, But, it was impressive. Quick, first punch, hit, bump, done. Yeah,
I agree. All right, comments. Ghost is here. What's up? Maybe nice back against CJ. CJ? Oh, Charles Johnson. Nice job. Yeah. Cortez didn't look that good. In the second fight is normal. We often see 0-2 guys getting cut. It's possible. I think they'll keep her around because she's a good prospect. They'll keep her in the roster she can go 0-3. I think they keep her, but yeah. I mean, it's one of those. It's kind of an interesting question if they make the right decision or not. All right, getting back to the card. Luana Santos defeats Maria Agapova. Yeah, Maria's getting cut, right? Would you imagine Maria?
Yeah, I pretty much think. Yeah, I mean, Luana. Listen, I said I picked Luana Santos more because of the fate on Maria Agapova than I'm thinking Santos that great, but Santos did really well. She actually did exactly what she had to do, and Agapova, I should say. Yeah, I mean, she's been the biggest favorite, I think, in UFC history who didn't win back then, against
she was.
Shoshana Dobson, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good win for Luana, though. I mean, just the way she did it. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think the opponent quality was the best. Luana's up there with hottest UFC. She knows how to shake her booty, that's for sure. I like Luana, man. She's good, man. She's a good fighter. To be fair, Brett Johns, for sure. How do you think about Izzy and Whittaker trilogy? I'd favor Izzy. He's already beat him twice. I know the second fight was close, but I would favor Izzy. Not much to say about this fight. Andrew Petrosky defeats Josh Fram. Terrible fight. Crowd hated it. I hated watching it. It was a boring fight. Petrosky got the job done. You picked Petrosky, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other pick you got different than me. Good pick. I should never pick Josh Fram. This guy's not good at all, dude.
I pretty much said to you, man, like it makes sense to pick Josh Fram because he's training and actually.
That's why I picked him. I thought Petrosky would gas and he didn't. So the fight was awful. I don't want anything else you want to say about it. I don't care about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was like the moment Petrosky got him to the ground, it was over. It's kind of the whole damn time. So I think he had 2 takedowns in the first 2 rounds, and that was enough. And the 3rd round, he didn't even have to win, but he still did, I think, on 2 scorecards. Yeah, I mean, wasn't great, but he got the win. And Petrosky, and I think it was a fair interview afterwards by Petrosky. He was like, listen, guys, I lost 2 in a row. I need a win, and doesn't matter how I win at that moment. I just need a win, and I think that's fair. I understand.
Yeah, no, he did. Because if he lost, he's going to lose 3 in a row. They would have cut him, probably.
Yeah,
right?
possible.
So I think Agapov gets released, yes. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Outside of Chavkat, JDM, and Gary, who else do you see in dark horse at 170?
Say it, Adam. Say it. You want to say it, Adam? No.
Who?
No, that's not what. Carlos Pratas, you want to say.
Oh, Carlos Pratas, the cigarette-smoking Muay Thai expert. Yeah. I love the guy. I mean, I think he's great.
Yeah.
That video of him enjoying a cigarette, though, it was so funny. I don't know if Buckley's even a dark horse thing where he ranked 11th. But I think Buckley's good, dude. I think he's good. So do you know – you're not going to see anyways, but do you –
I don't. I'm not in the know here. No.
On this one?
You wanted to ask for Buckley Thompson.
Yeah,
I have no idea
that's what I was going to ask you. I literally was going to ask you. You're smart. I think the fight makes sense. I don't know if they'll do it, but yeah. Didn't work over Manus. With what? Were you fighting safe, you mean? Or he's fighting safe. Yeah, they didn't sign him back. I mean, he could get signed back, but it looks like they might not bring him back. I think Nate Manus is UFC caliber fighter. I think he should be in the UFC, but he didn't have a great fight, so they expected him to finish Jimmy Flick. All right, last fight. Evan Elder submits Darius Flowers. Yeah, I mean Darius Flowers. Who's his manager?
Jason House, Iridium.
Oh, it's Iridium. So Viridium fight. Bro, they should have never let him take a 3-day notice fight. A guy with a horrible gas tank at 170 on short notice. Bad mistake.
Altitude.
Evan Elder's good though. I think Evan's a good fighter. I think he beats a lot of guys. He's 2-2 now in the UFC. I think he's a solid 2-2. He's one of the better guys with just a 2-2 record. But because the one fight he had with the Salikhov, was it not a doctor stoppage? I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So and then
he was
fight was at 170, right? I think.
Yeah, and he was leading on the scorecards. I think he was 20-18 up. I think so. Against Salikhov. I think we said Evan Elder. It's like when he was 0-2, it's like the best 0-2 fighter in the UFC alongside Gabriel Santos, So
yeah.
No, I hope we see Gabriel Santos back soon, man. I think he's a very fun fighter to watch. Could have been easily 2-0 instead of 0-2, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Yeah, Adam is ordering his porn for later tonight.
No, I got a message. I was just one of my
just kidding, dude.
Work for. He looked okay, but he gassed out again. Should they strip John and make 304 undisputed? They should. And Jones, he's gonna something with that drug testing thing now. He's that assault charge or whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens. He probably gets off on that too. Morales is a good dark horse. Yeah, that's a great pick. He's fighting Neil Magny next, so it'd be 3-1. Yeah. Who do you guys want for Aljo Lopez? I mean, they could fight each other. That would be fine. I don't mind that. Yeah. They gotta finish this card. This card's in like literally 2 months. They gotta get that card done. All right. Overall, I mean, the card was pretty good. I think. Like
it was much more fun than I thought.
Yeah.
Up front,
7, 6.5, 7. What do you think?
I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay, there you go. I think for me a 7 because there was a few fights that dragged on a little bit, but some really good fights. So overall, good card. All right, guys. So that's it for the UFC Denver recap. We're gonna do a new podcast in a second here. I'll set it up. We'll do the UFC Vegas 94 preview. By the way, I want to take this comment. You did. I think it was you that broke the news, right? Yeah. Evac and Tabura. Dude, I called it. Did I not last week? I called it.
Yeah, but it was like it was the only fight on that card that probably could headline if it had to headline. You know what I mean? So
such a fucking horrible fight.
I was hoping they added one more, but it would be like short notice main event, and I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
No, for sure. It's just a bad fight, though. All right. And then the last 2 comments. Need someone for bulk. Yeah, they do. You guys think Jones get disrespected a lot because they do fans with Raymond dominance? I don't think it's disrespected at all. If anything, I'm not going to ever call him overrated because I do think he's the best fighter of all time. But in 2024, I don't think he's the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter right now. Personally.
And there is a difference between pound for pound and GOAT status.
Yes, completely agreed. Although Dana White doesn't understand that apparently. All right, guys, let's end this podcast. I'm going to set up a new one here. UFC Vegas 94. Just give me a second, and I'll tweet the link up. Thanks.
Boom.